everybody. Welcome back to the Bison Workshop. I'm Bob, and we're having a Trump coffee today, and we're going to work on the very last air gun video I'm ever going to make. This was the last one. The only reason I'm making this one is because somebody on Facebook asked me to make this video. So this is going to be my last video for air rifles, simply because it's messing up my channel. It's causing me to get stripes because they're having issues with my gun videos. So when I go to put up a gun video, it puts a strike against me, and they have issues with it. And I just can't fight the liberals. I can't fight these crybaby tree huggers, you know, that think that air rifles are a bad thing. So I'm done with air rifle videos. Like I said, this will be my last one. We're working on a customer's gun. He needed some parts made, and I'll show you the parts that I made for it. Alright, so I've got all these parts laid out, and for starters, we made these two pieces, and this one here is this one. It broke. Then this one here was broke right here in half, right where that hole is. So I made this piece, and we got them two together, and then I made these two pieces. So this one is the T that holds the stock. So we got that made. Now we get to put it together. So what we do is we take that spring, you got that sear in there that moves up and down, and this spring goes in that hole right there in the bottom of it. Alright, so then we got to first of all make sure we go in the right way with the pin. So I want to make sure that I get the side that's got the jagged holes or lines in the circle, and those lines corresponds with those lines on that. So this pin goes in from this direction. So we'll put that in there. Then we'll take this and put it down in there. So now we've got it in there. Now we just take and press that, and I just use a pair of channel locks to lock it down or push it in. So now we just take a pair of channel locks and push that in. So I get it right setting here. Push that in. Alright, so now so you push up on that. Alright, so now we'll go to the gun and put this on. So now we want to put this on here. So now the way that you put this rod in there is you thread it into this piece down inside here. And you want to turn this into this until this touches that little arm that's on this part right here. And you can tell by the way it feels when you go to put it on there. Once you hit that, then you want to back it off one turn. So we'll put that in there. In the end result, the end of these threads will be right at the edge of where it exits out of this hole on the bottom. So we'll put that in there and thread it all the way in until we feel pressure against the rocker ear. All right, so now it's tight. Now we want to back it off one turn. So now we got that set in there. Now we take these two bolts and put them down through there. Then we'll take these two bolts and put them down in there. So before we can do that, we need to put the spring in. So now we'll go ahead and put this pin in, and the short end goes towards the front of the gun. So we want to put that through that hole, and you want this pin to be beyond this right here. If it's sticking out like that, then it's not in that hole that's corresponding to it on the back side here where the valve is. So you want to make sure that that goes in and it goes all the way. We're going to use the original spring that came out of it from AEA. Then we got this piece that goes in, so that'll go right there like that. And I'm going to tighten this up a little bit so that I can push on it. So now we'll take and put that down. I don't know if this is the right one. Yep, this one's the one. Now you want to screw these down a little at a time. So because if you take and screw one down, this one's going to hit the edge of this. So we want to kind of go down evenly with both sides. And then we'll tighten this side up. And you want to feel your rod, make sure it's not got a lot of slop or a lot of tightness in it. You don't want that rod to be tight. You want it to be able to move around a little bit. Alright guys, so we got it together. It was a little fiddly to mess with, so I didn't really do a whole lot of recording on it. So we've got the bolt working, and it's stiff, but right here is the correct way to pull back a cocking knob. Put your finger right here, the rest of them go right here. This one here doesn't do nothing. Then you put your thumb on the back side here underneath the bolt and pull back straight using your index finger as your most pulled part. So now we've got it working. And it's a stiff trigger, but that's alright. It'll loosen up as it wears. We got it back together, and I put a cocking knob on it. I built 3D printed him a new cap for the fill port, and then I put a barrel protector on it that doubles as a suppressor, or a flash suppressor, which is pointless. It's just for cosmetics. That's it. This is my scope, and now I get to call them and tell them it's back together, and probably do that after we test it. I still got to fill it up with air tomorrow, but you guys don't need to see all that. This is pretty much going to be the end of this video. This thing gave me a few problems, so my video might be a little wackadoodle. So but anyway, this is the Challenger bullpup. trigger fix, and I'll show you all the broken pieces that came out of it. So right here is that last piece I had to make. The ear broke off, and that stuff is nothing but just pop metal. It's cast metal. And this one is the T. There's the broken piece for that. Then we got this rocker. And then we got the ear off of this part. So there's all the parts. I pretty much had to make all the trigger parts for it, except for the trigger itself. So there you have it, guys. The Challenger bullpup done, and now I just got to do the testing, shoot testing, test shooting, whatever. So don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Later.